This was a hard case for many to watch. The former governor was an extremely likable guy who was a Boy Scout and has a very long record of service to the Commonwealth. I spoke with Richard Kelsey, an assistant dean at George Mason University School of Law, and he says McDonnell enjoys a very strong reputation across both aisles of being ethical. So when this issue arose, it was very surprising.
The governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia is considered to be one of the strongest governorships in the country. That's why we only have a single term of 4 years, because the governor is so powerful.
And with power comes the ability to abuse it. Johnny Williams is the wealthy Richmond businessman who gave the entire McDonnell family gifts, including a $6,000 Rolex watch, loans, and plane rides in exchange for promoting a nutritional supplement. But according to Kelsey, the damning piece of evidence comes down to an email.
At the end of the day, there's a piece of evidence in this case that's very difficult for the governor to overcome. And that is that shortly after receiving confirmation that he would get a very low interest loan that he needed for some properties that he had, about 5 or 6 minutes later, he sat down and sent an email directing the apparatus of the state to take a meeting with Johnny Williams about potentially bolstering his product.
And Kelsey says that looks to a jury like quid pro quo. Now, the launch of that particular product also took place at the governor's mansion, and the prosecution argues that, too, was an official act by the governor's office. Now, the prosecution wants the official act of a governor to be just about anything he does other than open up his Christmas cards. So Kelsey believes the jury was driven towards the verdict that it ultimately rendered, that the governor committed an official act, and that is criminal.
That's why I think the case has been so interesting, because it combines, in this instance, law, politics, power, corruption, and even a little bit of soap opera between the governor and his wife.
Many believe Maureen McDonnell, Bob McDonnell's wife, was the catalyst in all this. She was the recipient of many of the more lavish gifts, and Bob McDonnell's sister says Maureen has a history of, quote, inappropriate behavior. Now, we'll have more on Maureen's sentencing, which comes next month, along with a closer look at the bigger picture here. What exactly is going to change in terms of Virginia law? So be sure to tune in to One America News for that. Back to you now at the desk.